Oh gosh. Hi guys, what's up? Today is vlog day and I don't have anything to vlog. The little picture you're seeing here is just a little fox. Yes, that is Artist Loft. WC you're seeing Artist Loft Watercolor Paints. And to be honest, I have been using it a couple times, like literally a couple times lately. And just to reacquaint myself back with the paints, I actually still have it out here on my desk. Let me move this out of the way, because normally when I use a paint and I put it on my desk to work with, because my desk is near the window, I'll just put the paint closer to the window to dry. So yeah, it is still very much out, and it's still very much reactivatable, so I could still get paints from them. The one thing I cannot say it is a bad thing, because maybe, you know, there's people out there who really do enjoy these paints, but the one thing I don't appreciate about it is my little fox here. The reason you can see me rubbing my finger over my little fox here is because when I finish rendering this piece and it's dried, I went back over it with a spray paint, literally spray paint, and I put a surface coating over it, because I noticed whenever you use Artist Loft paints and you don't seal it with something after it dries, the colors tend to smear on the other side of the paper. So I just do that to kind of protect this side from here. Spray paint I use is just the cheap stuff. Here it is. You can get it at any of my local grocery stores here in my country, corner store. You know, it's supposed to be acrylic paint. That's what I like about it, and it's the clear matte one, so it doesn't give off a glossy kind of sheen to it, which I really appreciate. But it's, yeah, and it's just for my sketchbooks. You know, I don't really use this over artwork. I think there are other sealers you can get. I believe I went to the local art and stationery store yesterday, went over there, and I saw that they had the Winsor Newton spray varnish that you can use over your paints. So you just hop on over there and you can get those. I also saw that they had some Sargent Art fine liners, which was really good. It was amazing that they had those. You know, so they're really starting to import the Sargent Art student line for student artists or beginning artist line into the country, which is really cool. I believe one of the stationery supply store I went to now have this entire art section filled with Sargent Art products, which is so amazing. And so you don't have to use spray paint. You can actually get the actual stuff to put over your artwork if that's something you need. There was something else I meant to say. I also went to my local art and stationery supply store so I could buy a bar. I'm not sure if it's a bar or my favorite eraser. You see how my little eraser look? I mean, this book is 2.5 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and see, this is what I'm left with my little eraser. It barely fits a quarter of my little book here, and I got so sad because apparently this one of the art stores I usually frequented, they're not bringing in any more of the Milan Technik erasers, and it's like my favorite eraser in the entire world. I'm like, if I knew they were not gonna bring it back in, I probably would have bought like 3 or 4 bars of it, because I'm not sure if it's bars you called it or blocks, but I would have bought 3 or 4 more of them, because you see how my little eraser is, and you know, now I have to hold on to it because this is kind of like the only one. The manager did tell me that they will, the company Milan is doing some innovating stuff with their art supplies, and the erasers are no different, and so they may come out with erasers that are better than my Milan Technique. And I said, okay, just find out one thing for me, because one of the reasons I love the Technique versus all the other erasers that they made was because this one was actually dust free. I enjoy that about this eraser. I mean, you can erase and it barely produced any dust. I love that about it. And so I guess she's gonna ask them about that. And so maybe in a couple of weeks I could, when I go back again, to see if they're producing any other dust-free erasers, because you know, look at my little boy. I put, this is just decorative duct tape I taped around it, because the actual plastic covering or paper covering came with just got ruined by the amount of frictions and rubbing I did with it. So I just put this there, and as I needed to go along, I just, you know, open it up and cut off the amount I need. So yeah, my Milan Technique, it's the last of it, so I really have to treasure this little boy. And that kind of brings me to one of the things that I don't appreciate about the Belizean commerce. And I say commerce because I generally find it in not only art supplies, and the Milan Technique isn't the fault of the retailer, but this, what I'm describing, is the fault of the retailer. And I'm gonna rant here. In the country, and this is all over the country, let's say for instance you use a particular product. Let's say if you're out there, you like a particular brand of shampoo, just shampoo, and it's happened to me before with shampoo, believe it or not. You're using a particular brand of shampoo, you fall in love with it. I mean, it does everything you need a shampoo to do for you. And you will buy this particular brand of shampoo maybe for 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. And then one day when you go back to the store to buy your shampoo that you love so much, they will tell you, oh, we don't bring that in anymore. And then you start going on the hunt to see what other store bring in the shampoo. And you find out, oh, they don't bring that in anymore. And like I said, this is just a segue into this topic. Now, I'm not blaming the manager of my art store, because it's actually the Milan company that's not producing this. But in my country, what happens is, when the market, like literally if there's no market for this particular brand of shampoo, they will literally stop bringing in this product. And you will be like one of the only person in the entire country that is in love with it. But because they don't bring it in anymore, you can't get it. I don't appreciate that about my country. And that's probably one of the reasons too I went natural, because there were certain products I liked when my hair was relaxed. And it was a type of oil. And I loved this type of oil for my hair because it wasn't too oily. It left my hair light. It didn't let my hair feel like it weighed down. And I would buy this type of oil in my country for years, literally years. You know, different cosmetic stores sells it, or sold it, I should say. And one day I just went to the store, my regular cosmetic store, to buy this oil, and they're like, oh no, we stopped bringing it in. So I went to another cosmetic store, and they were continuously bringing it in, but it cost like $3 or $4 more than it originally did. But like I said, it was a really good oil, hair oil. And then after they sold it for another year or two, they're like, oh, we stopped bringing it in. And I'm like, really, man? And so there's this huge turnover that so basically, if you've been using one product for years and you're in love with it, one day the market in the country is just going to say, we're not going to bring that product in anymore because other people are not using that anymore. They're probably using something a little more cost effective, and so they're going to bring that in. But that product doesn't work for you. And so it's like, you're stuck. And that's one of the things I don't appreciate here. You know, when you live in a small country like this, you know, there's no variety. And when you fall in love with something, if you're not in a position to import it in yourself, buy it internationally and have it shipped to you, you're basically stuck with whatever the market has. And I don't think it's fair. You know? But this particular one, eraser one, was the company. The company itself stopped making it. So I'm my last little eraser. I'm so sad. I'm literally sad. And it wasn't like it was a really expensive eraser either. It only cost like $1.25, or not even less than that. I think it cost either it cost $1.25 or less than that. But man, I love this. Like I said, if I knew that they were not gonna bring it in anymore, I probably would have bought a few more than just one. So when this is all done, I'm done with my Milan Technik eraser, and I love dust-free erasers. But she assured me I don't have to import my erasers, because like, really, man, I fell in love with dust-free erasers, and now I have to go back to really dusty erasers. Oh man, I'm still salty over my eraser. And that's because I had nothing to talk about. Wow, we just start talking about erasers. That's amazing. Guys, I think my rant took up a lot of my time. I know. I didn't want it to go too long either. And I'm just here enjoying the day. I'm sure when my little book is finished, I'll bring that to you, just to let you see what's going on. And with all that said, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you guys so much for all your likes, comments. I mean, you have no idea how much I look forward to reading your comments. I really enjoy them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.